This is task 34, place the stomach tube in a dog. So I have my dog here being restrained by my assistant. I also just off to the side have my tray of supplies. So I have my stomach tube. I also have my lube to help cut me past the stomach tube. I have my roll of tape, which we're going to be using as a speculum today. I also have my sterile saline. It's labelled, it just says saline. We're going to use this to check the placement of the tube. And I also have my medication that we're going to be giving through the tube today, so that's just labelled medication. And I have a pen just to help me mark the correct length of the tube. So we would place the stomach tube to deliver medication. We also would use it in cases of bloat to relieve the pressure of the gas in the stomach before going ahead with surgery. So I'm going to go ahead and just measure my stomach tube. So we're going to measure from the dog's canine tooth to the last rib. This makes sure we have the correct length of tube and make sure that we can reach down into the stomach. So I'm just going to check where her canine tooth is, so just there. So I'm going to use that, hold that in place, and then just feeling along her rib. So you can just move your hand back a little bit, thank you. Just there, right there is the very last rib, so we've got the good, correct length there. I'm going to go ahead and just take my pen, look up, and mark it there at the length of the stomach tube. So we know when we insert the tube, we don't want to go past the mark, so we know we're at the right length. So today we are just going to simulate this task. We're not actually going to place the tube. I'm going to go ahead and just show you how I would do that should we be actually placing the tube today. So I'd go ahead and lubricate the end of the tube, making sure it's nicely lubricated to ensure ease of passage. And we'll just place that off to one side. And now I take my tape and we place that in the dog's mouth. This gives us a guide, obviously, to feed the tube through, and also keeps the dog's mouth open, preventing the dog from chewing on the tube. If she'll let me, I'm just going to place it in her mouth just to give you the idea of how that would go. Good girl. So we just open the mouth and we place that in. Good girl. And hold it in position. We will then take our tube, the lubricated end, and pass it through the tape tube down into the stomach. Obviously, not extending any further than our mark. So we would feed that through, and then when we reached our mark, we would stop. We would then check that we were in position with the tube. We can do that a few ways. We can feel the dog's neck, and we'd be able to feel the placement of the tube there in the esophagus. We would also use our sterile saline and inject it through the stomach tube, and we would be listening very carefully to make sure that the dog didn't cough. Should the dog cough, we would know that we'd placed the tube in the lungs, and we would pull that out very quickly and reposition. So once the tube was in place, we could go ahead and deliver our medication. Once that was done, we'd go ahead and pull the tube out. Obviously, because the tube is in the stomach, sometimes we have regurgitation in the stomach tube, and we obviously don't want that to affect the dog or to get on us. So we would, before pulling out the tube, we would just kink the end to make sure that it's sealed and nothing can come out. Also, we obviously don't want the medication we placed to be aspirated either. So we go ahead, kink that tube, and go ahead and remove the stomach tube from the dog.